Give a man a lemon and he will make lemonade. Give a man some rules to follow and he will find ways to cheat. Let me show you one such person. The man on your screen, he's a resident of Indonesia. He recently boarded a domestic flight in a niqab, disguised as his wife. The ID he was carrying had his wife's name on it. The flight ticket too was booked in the name of his wife. The man showed his wife's vaccination card, also a negative RT-PCR test with his wife's name on it. He managed to fool security and made it to the aircraft. Overwhelmed with victory, he decided to go to the plane's washroom to change. He entered as a woman in a niqab, came out as a man dressed in casuals. The creative genius forgot that he is not invisible. A cabin crew saw him change. The man's cover was blown, but one question remained. Why was he trying to travel as his wife? Turns out this man was COVID positive. In other words, forbidden from traveling. But the travel bug had bitten him hard, so he decided to hop onto a plane as his wife. Upon landing, he was arrested. He was dragged straight to the COVID testing center. He tested positive and he was isolated. Quick question. Who was this man trying to cheat? He may have managed to fool security and ground staff, but by getting on that plane, he risked his own life as a COVID patient. Also the lives of several others. He had no right to put all of these people at risk. This man was playing with death by playing with the Wuhan virus, and he is not the first one to do so. In April 2020, India was in the middle of a lockdown. Nearly 1.4 billion Indians were locked indoors. All non-essential travel was banned. A teenager in the city of Mangaluru wanted to meet his friend, but the housing complex would not allow visitors. So this boy tried to sneak in his friend by stuffing him inside a suitcase. The plan was working until a local Sherlock Holmes noticed some movement inside the huge suitcase as it was being dragged. The boy was asked to open the luggage and out popped another teenager. End of story. Its moral? Is it worth risking your life for some entertainment? Hangouts and meetings can happen over video links too. In this day and age, they can. Why put yourself and others at risk just because you think you're bored? And using cheat code to get away with COVID restrictions is not an Asian thing. Over the last 1 year, we've seen similar instances around the world. The tactics may be different, but the motive is usually the same. And underlining it is the refusal to accept the new normal, the refusal to accept pandemic-related rules. South Africa banned the sale of alcohol and cigarettes during the lockdown. In May 2020, the Associated Press reported that in posh suburbs of Cape Town, women were smuggling bottles of red wine hidden under piles of blankets. In Johannesburg, cigarettes were being sold and bought clandestinely. The report reads, 2 men in masks greet each other on a sunny street. One has surreptitiously sold the other a packet of cigarettes. If bootleggers became creative, so did quarantine evaders. A survey carried out in September found that at least 4% of people in Britain said that they are very unlikely to isolate if they test positive for the Wuhan virus. And if you think 4% is a meager number, look at the number of people who actually ended up flouting COVID rules. Between March and September 2020, the UK issued at least 19,000 penalty notices for breaching health regulations. 19,000 breaches. This was till September last year. A few months later, Britain was overwhelmed by a rising number of Wuhan virus cases. As we speak, Indonesia is witnessing a surge in cases. Earlier this year, India was crippled by a nightmarish second wave. But we humans can sometimes be really insensitive. Somehow we never learn. The man in Indonesia may have traveled disguised as his wife, but there are thousands who too are guilty of non-essential travel. Just look at your Instagram feed and you will know what I'm talking about. People are boarding flights to hills, beaches, forests, popular cities, influencers promoting travel, celebrities jetting off. Everyone who is in a position of sending a message to millions is only sending the wrong message, it seems. Now here's something that needs to be told. You may be vaccinated, but most people outside your home may not be. The pandemic is not over. Revenge travel won't help bring back normalcy. It will only delay it. And who are we really taking revenge on? Who exactly are we cheating? Let's try to be more responsible. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.